So yeah, just pick a hide carry for Dream and everything is fine and forgiven.
And looking at V, they've got themselves so the Mirana. I'm assuming this is a position for Mirana,
Mm, ooh,
or do you think this is going to
could
be the?
be. V Gaming is one of the teams that does run Koi Mirana every once in a while, but Bane plus Mirana is a juicy combo.
Yeah. So
So I think support is more likely, but you never know.
Isn't it magical, Papa?
Do you love me?
what are those voice lines?
It's from the anime.
Okay, that was that was
Intense, huh?
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm curious why Valve added in all the "Do you love me" ones. It's like we are gamers. Come on.
Maybe they're gonna start up their own version of Tinder, and
We don't need love.
you can
We
only
need MMR.
match through voice lines.
No?
No, well, I don't have either. So anyway, enough of that. As we get at the PA ban, the Luna ban coming out as well with the Conquest, so it's still going to be potentially V looking for the carry here. And looking at the lineups, I mean, I suppose both teams looking for the carries.
Unless it's a Mirana carry.
Do you think it really will
You
be the Mirana
never
carry?
know.
Oh, this looks like Dota's just.
I just think that Mirana carry is decent here. It's decent against Monkey King, decent against OD, because you have such long range. You can kill heroes like Lion really fast, and it's decent-ish against Ember as well, but I guess it's not so likely. Just having a more traditional BKB carry would be easier.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could still happen. And V Gaming banned the Slug. Alright. Interesting. It would have been a pretty decent Slug game. Because while Slug isn't necessarily super good against Night Stalker, just the vision game he provides and the ability of being aggressive onto heroes like Bane and Mirana without having to be too afraid of all of the disables is very nice.
Do you think that was a little bit of I don't want to say panic, but just we have to ban. So we have 1 second left on reserve time. You know, we need to pick somebody to ban.
And it's a dream signature as well.
Yeah. Well, HYDRA got themselves just under 30 seconds left for the ban. Is there something you think they should be taking out here, specifically? That I'm just trying to think of what TA2K has been coming up with.
Ooh.
You take out the
I
draw.
was gonna say Lifestealer, because Lifestealer does look very good against HYDRA.
Yeah, and they've used it against them last time. Like saying that Dota 2 Champions League game a couple of days ago, they did pick up the Lifestealer. So with 13 seconds left on the clock.
Ooh. Okay.
It's going to be the Terrorblade.
I mean, they just wanna take it out, I guess, for Dream, because Dream loves playing this hero as well, and I don't think there is a lot of good matchups left in the pool.
Yeah. Do you think that Drow ban just enables this Terrorblade pick now then?
5 seconds remaining.
Because like you say,
so, yeah.
what else can you pick up against it here? Well,
PL.
Now select your heroes.
is that enough though?
I think so.
You.
PL is very good against Terrorblade.
Isn't it magical, Papa?
He looks pretty darn good here in general.
Papa?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay. Okay.
Do you love me?
Yes, I do. Chill. But all things considered, I still slightly prefer V Gaming's lineup. Actually, do I?
Do you?
I feel like they have a nice, well-rounded draft, but they need to kill this PL early. If they don't, the game is gonna be horrible for them.
And what's the answer for this? Because you've got the OD that could
10
save when the
seconds
Fiend script starts to come out, you know, that could save with the Astral Imprisonment. There's the dive forwards by the Ember Spirit that can create a barrier for the Phantom Lancer if the Phantom Lancer needs to get away. There's a lot of control. There's a decent amount of control in the Lion and the Monkey King there as well. So what's V's answer to try and go into this PL?
Just running at him before he becomes a problem.
Yeah.
They have a lineup that is very good at just killing people early. There's gonna be a lot of weight on the shoulders of Lace though. Like, he needs to make these plays happen. Arrow and Antoja and Hayes, they can make good plays. They can be aggressive, but it needs to be initiated by Lace because these 3 other heroes are not that tanky.
Okay, well, we'll see. I think we're just waiting on a pause at the minute. Okay, no words just yet as we wait to get into this game. Checking through. Looking at both lineups as well.
Papa? Isn't it magical, Papa?
Do you
As these voice lines, these are really creepy voice lines, especially when they're coming right through on the headphones. Okay, so getting ourselves into the game. I'm kind of leaning towards HYDRA's draft. I just. I don't know if we update that. I just like the PL. Terrorblade's pretty good. Terrorblade is a really scary hero sometimes, but I don't know. I have the preference. Maybe HYDRA, you know, it's a man. Even though the V did beat them, they're on a track for revenge now as well. They've got that spirit picked up in the mid lane.
I would say that if V Gaming is not leading by 3k at 11 minutes, then they're gonna lose. That is my Wingblade certified prediction.
We need to get you like a little stamp that you can just put on every game. That
I would love a stamp, Wingblade seal of approval.
There is going to be a 4-man smoke rotation behind here from the side of V, so maybe to look at get a quick pick up. So Nightmare comes out onto the Lion. That's going to be some control with the arrow now as well, going straight through onto the Lion. Lion will be picked up in Zayats. First blood being given up, going the way of Antaha.
Pretty nice. Of course, Bane is by far the worst hero to get first blood on, but still. The rest of his team gets a nice 8 gold to spare and 20 XP.
Yeah, it's kind of just a certain the dominance on the game, really, isn't it? That we don't even really need to give the first blood over to the carry. In fact, he could go for a second follow-up now as well. The Void's going to be onto the Night Stalker, doing a bit of the extra damage. There is going to be a Primal Spring, but that's not going to be enough to dissuade them here now as well, as Muka just puts himself into trouble underneath this tier 1 tower. Spike comes through onto the Mirana. Mirana's only got that arrow up in 4 seconds, so Arrow is going to be able to get himself away from this harass from Muka as well as Zayats. So it looks like it's shifted onto Antaha.
Arrow gonna go for another arrow?
They want to try and turn though. The Primal Spring, Antaha trying to run himself away. Doesn't have a Fairy Fire, just relying on the tangos to try and keep himself healthy. That TP doesn't have the mana for it. So I mean, if he hangs around long enough, he's okay. Just going to eat the mango and TP himself back to base. Gets that heal. 2 kills picked up for V straight away.
Ballsy play by Antoja. Pays off.
Okay, the arrow even gets committed onto Lion. Lion Zayats is going to be voided up now as well. Needs to get himself back behind towards that tier 1 tower. He's just a pin cushion at the minute. The amount of arrows he's taken.
So far so good for V. This is exactly the kind of start that they needed.
Yeah. So what does Arrow look to do? Okay, he takes away the range creep. In fact, Dream's going to get voided now as well. Dream taking a lot of harass up from Lays and just needs to move back. But does Arrow want to be going for that standard kind of, you go for the 1 point in the leap and then you start to stack up the points into the Starstorm? Or is there something else?
No, Starstorm is just really good to max. Because if you hit an arrow, it's 450 damage.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Actually, a bit more even.
Yeah, max damage 180, so like 480-ish.
It's 525 minus magic resist.
So, the Void onto Dream again, and Dream's... He's not had a Dream start in this lane. He's doing alright in terms of the last hits. You know, he is second in terms of last hits, but he's just taking so much harass. Lays, he's not even really going for the last hits as much. He's just trying to go for the arrow ones now as well. Are they going to be able to follow up? Spike just stops Lays from being able to follow up there. He didn't go with the Void. Maybe just waiting for that stun to tick down for the extra benefit of the slow.
How does he keep hitting these arrows without setup?
It's literally his name. He...
True.
Primal Spring onto Antaha now as well, where that setup, the Nightmare does come out. Was the bonus damage going to come through the Boundless Strike? And Blizzy will be able to pick up the kill onto the Bane. But how's TA2K doing? 8 and 5, so not as many last hits, because he just keeps getting denied like this by Blizzy, who's going to go straight for the Meteor Hammer as well.
Of course. That is the OD build. It's basically part of his kit these days.
Yeah. And how do you try and deal with this on the bottom lane? You know, do you need some rotations in from the puck at some point, or is this just let TA2K hit his level 6 and then just move him into the jungle? As Arrow gets another kill onto Zayat, but the bottom lane and the Primal Spring, it's not going to be able to follow up on that. In fact, top lane, are they going to carry on going here? Because Dream is alone, the Void comes out, and he doesn't have a point into the Doppelganger just yet.
I mean, honestly though, about the Meteor Hammer, you don't deal with it at all. You stay in lane until he gets it and then you leave.
Yeah. Okay, well, it looks like Blizzy, how far away from it? It's just going to be the Void Stone and the recipe. In fact, the next 15 gold or so, he's going to have the recipe as well, so he's only the Void Stone away. Top lane, pressure coming outside, just needs to back himself away once again. Arrow's actually moved back to base. He's going to have the TP if he wants to get straight back into the fight. Maybe a setup here somewhere. Okay, so yeah, he's not going to go for the rotation bot. There's not going to be a Nightmare Arrow combo once again, but throws that arrow out. Dream just barely moves himself out of the way. So the range creep will be the victim. Yeah, yeah.
What else could you need?
Mid lane as well, we've not really spoke about this. Ascold's taking a lot of harass from Haze. The Flame Guard, it's going to do some work, but Haze with the orb being able to jaunt away as well, the phase shift, just being able to protect himself. How does Ascold really look to play this lane?
Just spam Sleight of Fist and he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like Ember, when you play against these lane bullies, you just max Sleight of Fist, you get Orb of Corrosion, and then once you hit level 6, you're gonna be fine. And in between, you can farm like the small camp, like he's doing now with the Flame Guard.
Okay. And so how's he doing? He's 26 to the 37 of the puck. The puck, as we saw Haze, he's just stacking these side camps with his orb. He's able to farm those up as well. It's going really well here for Haze. Bottom lane, they're going to try and get aggressive onto Antaha once again. Antaha doesn't... Oh, he's going to use the Mango now, so he's going to have the Nightmare up. As it looks like Monkey King just going to back himself away safe here. Muka, you know, there's not a lot for us coming out. And TA2K, he just keeps losing out on the farm just because of the Astral Imprisonment coming through. In fact, I think Blizzy, what's that? He's about just short of 200 gold from getting the full Meteor Hammer now as well. Because I think the recipe's on the courier. Yeah, the recipe is there.
That one about the moves and the style, it has to be the most obnoxious voice line in the entire game. I hate it so much.
I mean, no, there's been some good ones. Like the Slack Zone now is when you're winning, that's a great voice line. But when you're like behind by 10, 12k gold, and every time someone dies, you just get spammed with, oh no, that's probably the most tilting voice line in the game for me. But that's just Slacks living up to his brand, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And if these are the kind of problems we have to complain about in Dota, then we don't have it half bad.
He's going to be able to get himself away. There's actually no points into the Serum Chains coming through, so there was no way to lock that puck down after the Slight Fist did come through. Monkey King didn't want to go for the Primal Spring there either to follow up. And Muka just hiding himself in the trees, so he is going to be able to answer close with that tango and trying to stun up Muka, but Muka would have been able to, I'm pretty sure he would have been able to get himself away. Anyway, going towards the Orb of Corrosion. It looks like we're going to get another no boots Monkey King in this game.
I think so. It's really no point to buy boots on Monkey King as a support because just by using Tree Dance on cooldown, you have movement speed that is similar to having boots, and you don't really need the movement speed in fights.
Yeah.
Because you just need to stun and jump.
Well, speaking about stunning and jumping, Green Call's going to be used here. It looks like OD. This was a bit of a bait. He could turn it back onto the Monkey King with the Metamorphosis being off the Terrorblade now as well. A couple more right clicks, Mooka. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this? The Orb's going to fly through, so it's going to cut off Mooka's path. And Hayes picks himself up the second kill, but TA2K though, a really nice... Okay, they lost Antaha, but a really nice reply to get a good couple of kills in this bottom lane.
My gratitude.
Especially when that was the reveal of the Meteor Hammer there as well.
Very nice indeed. Still though, even with that nice kill, TA2K is gonna have to go jungle now.
Yeah. Do you think... Okay, yeah, level 6.5. This is the point where he wants to move into the jungle. I guess some protection from Antaha, just some wards to go down for him. Terrorblade... It's going to be the Falcon Blade first, so it's not going to be this Dragonlance coming up with the Terrorblade. How much do you like this pickup on the Falcon Blade compared to the Dragonlance?
I think you still want to get the Dragonlance afterwards. Falcon Blade just helps with farming.
Yeah.
It's like 1/3 of a clarity that is permanently active, which is quite nice to have.
Another Dream Call now as well onto the two heroes. Hour flies through it. It actually connects onto the Ember Spirit, so the Ember Spirit going to be stunned up for a hell of a long time. Tries to get through Sleight of Fist. Is he going to be able to jump himself away? Has that Remnant if he needs to get himself away? But it looks like he's just going to take some earn damage. Ooh, maybe Antaha now. Primal Spring comes out onto the Bane. Sleight of Fist now as well. Hydra just going to try and two-man around. Trying to secure, but Antaha just moves himself away. He just picks up the double damage through it, so there's no reason for the Ember Spirit to waste too much time, I guess.
So far, even with the 4 kill lead for V Gaming, the game is very even.
Yeah, there's not really too much in the net worth. Blizzy top by about 70-ish gold. Could be a little bit more now if they get this kill. Mooka though, TA2K is moving himself in. There's going to be the rotation from Arrow. Double balance strike. Mooka just running himself away. But does Arrow want to chase? And he is going to go for the 2 points into the Starstorm after the Arrow after the leap. Which is just normally what you see coming up from Uranus.
This will come in handy.
Meanwhile, top lane, we've not really spoken a whole lot about the Night Stalker after the first minute or so, but Lays, he's being left alone. He's having a decent time. He's close to the net worth of the Phantom Lancer here as well. If you want to try and make a move onto this Night Stalker, they could go in with the Earth Spike. It will connect now as well, so there's going to be a charge in from the PL. PL, is he going to have enough damage? TA2K gets a kill to Mooka on the bottom lane. It looks like Lays, is he going to be able to get himself away? That's the Dark Ascension if he needs it as well, but it looks like he's going to be fine. Yeah, he's a big tanky boy with those double braces and the wand as well.
Yeah, good luck killing him, even as raindrops.
So Arrow, he's got himself the urn, and it looks like TA2K, he's just starting to move into the lane when he needs to. He does have that Falcon Blade, gonna go straight for the Yasha.
Ooh, okay. No Dragonlance for him.
What's on the chip? Vest being left by the puck. Who actually picks that up? Do you give that over to the Night Stalker?
I guess so. I mean, you don't really need it on anyone else. So, yeah. Like, it's useless on Bane, so might as well.
Okay, well, Lays on this top lane. What's coming out for him on the courier? Yeah, it is just going to be the chip vest. I thought he might have had something else, maybe moving towards... I mean, Night Stalker, you usually see the Echo Saber coming out, sometimes just straight to the BKB. Very rarely at the minute he goes straight for that Blink Dagger. I suppose you have the engagement from Hayes as well that's going to be able to Dream Coil up. Is there a specific item you like for the Night Stalker? Is it that Echo Saber? Is it just straight to the BKB? You know, what do you think he wants to go for here?
I think the question is already answered by his quick buy, but I definitely think unless there is something really special going on,
Radiant's bottom
the Echo Saber is just overall gonna be the best option.
Yeah.
Gives you tankiness, gives you aggressive potential, and builds really nicely into the BKB, like you mentioned.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Okay. Well, they do take a tower on the top lane as HYDRA looking to put pressure onto mid. Are they going to be able to get this follow-up though? Because it could be the Bane rotation in. They could go with the arrow if they can find the right angle, but it looks like PL already starting those illusions. And just going to be able to stand himself in the middle of these, so even if the Nightmare does come out, he should be able to block the arrow with an illusion.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's see what they can do here, Arrow. Just looking for the space.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But HYDRA just back themselves away. So this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, down to about just under half health.
Is under attack.
It's not bad progress, but you were using 3 or 4 heroes in the mid lane for that to protect the PL and not really doing anything else. So TA2K is going to be able to capitalize on the space in your side of the map. For HYDRA, Lays, he's putting the pressure onto the tier 2. He's not really going to go for it, but he can still put the pressure on with the creeps. Only really Blizzy finding that space for the farm. That's why he's top of the net worth, I guess. But yeah, Outworld Destroyer, he's got himself the Meteor Hammer. Going to be going back for the Aeon Disc. Is there anything after that, or do you think that's when Blizzy starts to get aggressive with a couple of members of his team? Or does he just want to carry on pushing out this tier 2 with the Meteor Hammer?
Right now, I think he's pretty content to just play bottom, because PL doesn't really want to fight before his defusal, which is still a solid 600 gold away. And Ember kind of wants to have his Maelstrom as well, so he's gonna be chilling for a while too. So if he can put the pressure on the bottom lane, maybe for some rotations, he's gonna be very happy. However, if V-Gaming goes for any kind of dive, I would definitely expect him to TP in.
Okay, well, speaking of, Asgold might actually be the one with the dive with that double damage rune now as well. There's going to be a Dream Call onto so many illusions, but not a lot else. In fact, it might have been the Ember Spirit now with that arrow to follow up. There's going to be the Leap of Starstorm, a lot of damage onto the Ember Spirit. Ember, is he going to be able to get himself away? He won't. TA2K picks up that kill. Muka trying to tree dance himself away, but they're going to be going on to Blizzy. Blizzy can get himself away from Lays. Lays just wants to carry on going here. Doesn't have that crippling fear for 17 seconds. But with the Void, they might be able to go onto the line. The arrow flies through. In fact, Blizzy nearly turned back into it. But a good couple of kills, and that's going to be a double kill there for TA2K.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not all V-Gaming didn't hit the 3k lead at 11 minutes, they're still looking pretty darn good right now. With both their mid laner and their safe laner sitting comfortably on top of the network.
Yeah, Antaha might not be as comfortable, as it looks like he's going to be killed off. Blizzy does secure that kill. Nightmare onto the Monkey King, but again, no follow-up. The arrow was actually used onto an illusion. So Mirana not going to be able to help save. I don't think there was any way to save Antaha there, but
I think he's the most comfortable of us all right now. He has no pressure on him in his life for the next 9 seconds.
True. He can just chill out and wait for the respawn to come up. As Lays, yeah, it's not going to be too far off that Echo Saber if he wants it. In fact, he's only about 100 gold away, so this creep wave should be enough here to secure it. As I wonder if they're going to try and rotate. Muka's going to try and spot out. How's the vision looking? They can see, or they can see Blizzy. They might actually be able to go onto the puck though. Now the TP's in for the Night Stalker. Yeah, Antaha's close as well. Muka, do they have any idea this is here? The orb's going to fly through. It's going to connect onto Muka now as well. Do they have the vision? The Primal Spring does come through, but the Fiend's Grip's already been used, and Monkey King should not be able to get himself away from this. Can't cheat death this time.
What ingratitude.
BM pause on himself. Now that is a power move.
He's just going to give himself a few minutes to try and sort it out, just get his head right, and get back into the game. Because he was the one the Primal Spring down, so he wasn't disconnected. You know, that was a completely legitimate kill. So maybe just taking a couple of seconds to just do a bit of pacing, calm himself down. But that also helps get Puck to, or closer to the Blink Dagger. Only going to be about just under 700 gold. And looking at both lineups, is there one you prefer for a Roche at any point here, or do you think both of them are kind of as slow as each other?
I would say they both take Roche at medium speed.
Yeah.
TB has a bit more damage than PL against Roche overall, but they do have an Orb of Corrosion on the side of HYDRA, which helps a bit with the speed, so I would say that it's very similarly mediocre.
Okay, well, Mirana building into the Yule Scepter now as well, so there's no... Or maybe... No, Bane, there's no Solar Crest coming out for the side of V to match up with something like the Orb of Corrosion on the side of the Dire. I wonder if... No, the Monkey King probably doesn't... No, actually we have seen the Monkey Kings go for the Solar Crest after the Orb of Corrosion. So... Maybe not straight away, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Muka go for this a little bit later on.
Yeah, we'll see. Of course, Monkey King has a lot of flexibility in how he wants to build. I feel like Orb of Corrosion is a given, and everything afterwards is kind of random.
Yeah.
You want to build an Orchid? Go ahead. Skadi sounds good to me.
As Lay's just doing his best. I mean, it is going to be the BKB to come out next, and if you want to, couldn't split the Echo Saber if he gets put under pressure, which we do usually see the Night Stalkers do. Maybe if they want to get aggressive that little bit earlier there as well. So, this is going to be the 3-man smoke rotation in from Lays as well, but nobody's showing it on the side of HYDRA. They're all playing it pretty safe in their half of the map. Only really Blizzy, but nobody's really near Blizzy to capitalize on this. And, well, Blizzy's going to be going for his Blink Dagger now as well. About 600 gold away from finishing. Lays, does he want to go in with the Dark Ascension? No, actually gets the Void onto Asgold. Asgold's going to try and run himself away. Backlines, so the finger comes out. And that's going to be the death of Antihar now as well, so Crippling Fear will be used, but it's not really going to be on anybody. He gets caught in the Searing Chains. Muka's going to be taking a lot of damage in this camp, trying to get himself away from the illusions. TA2K will be able to pick up that kill. The buyback comes through from Antihar. It looks like they want to try and chase here, V, with that Dark Ascension now going to be used. Void up in 1 second. Fiend's Grip comes out, but with that Astral Imprisonment, going to try and save his life. PL, is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? Dream with the doppelganger of the lead comes in. The Starstorm now as well. Sandy's Eclipse. Arrow won't connect. It's going to be the dive away from the Ember Spirit. Asgold, is he going to be able to get himself away from this? As TA2K is just cleaning up in this fight, illusions or not. He's having a really good time here. Meteor Hammer going to be dropped onto Lays. Lays, the Nightmare, just to channel through to try and save in the back lines. Hayes jumps in. 14-4. That was a really nice fight there for V. And only really losing the buyback there on the Bane.
Yeah, with this naked diffusal blade, PL just isn't ready to fight just yet, and V Gaming can pretty much move freely on the map, and now they can't really fight for another 90 seconds with the TB.
Yeah.
The 4 other heroes should be plenty strong enough to make things happen. Once again, we're gonna have to keep an eye on Lace on this Night Stalker. Because Antocha and Arrow, they're trying to make something happen, but it's not super easy for just a Bane plus Mirana to get kills at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and Lays, he's just content to farm at the minute. He has the Mithril Hammer coming through. He's going to be getting close to the recipe, so maybe he looks to group up with the 2 supports once that BKB is closer to coming out. TA2K just back into the jungle farming up. He did actually go back to the Dragonlance after the Manta style there as well. So, going to be the BKB for him next, which... Even a Grove Bow. Does he swap out the Dragon Scale for the Grove Bow?
It seems logical. Because you would rather have attack speed than armor on the TB.
Yeah. Let's see what he does. I mean, he's holding on to it for now. Hayes is probably chasing... Hayes has the Vambrace as well.
Yeah,
so
I would be screaming at my team to get the Vambrace if I were this TB.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they put Grove Bow on TB and then Vambrace on Puck.
I guess just for the spell amp, if you've got the Grove Bow as well, you know, the extra attack range is quite nice, that extra 100 attack range when you're in your Metamorphosis form.
I would rather have 15% damage on all of my spells as a Puck.
Yeah.
Because with the Witchblade it's really nice as well. Just hit someone and it deals so much damage.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, they might still change it around now. Those items have completely dropped. As PL Dream, I mean, Arrow's close. If Dream shows here, which he is going to do, Arrow could set up, Doppelganger comes out, so Arrow's just going to go with the Starstorm, try and deep-push this lane. And now they know what Dream is, they could potentially look to V for create space somewhere else, maybe look for a gank or a kill.
Gonna be 4 minutes until night, so they only have the Dark Ascension for 40 seconds.
Is that enough, do you think, to get a kill, if Lays rotates in with the rest of his team to look for it?
Yeah, for sure. And TA2K, standing inside the Roche pit, has meta ready. Could try to maybe set something up here, because they don't really Roche fast.
He is going to
Meta is
go.
potent.
Yeah, with 4
what they can
points
do.
into the Conjure
And
Image.
Tucha is very far forward.
Maybe just trying to pull the attention away. He's going to be locked down. He actually gets the Nightmare off before the Primal Spring comes in. Finger of Death. Is he going to be enough to get the kill here now as well? No, he turns around the Fiend's Grip, but the Flame Guard still doing a lot of damage here for Antar. A lot of lockdown onto the Ember Spirit. And it looks like it's going to be the kill onto Muka. Can they carry on going? Lays is invis. He's going to be able to get the right click though with the BKB up on Asgold. Asgold just able to dive himself away. And with 2 heroes dead, the Monkey King as well as the Lion, there's no reason the Arrow, maybe just a little bit off the mark there. But he can go straight back into the pit, and again, they only lose the Bane. In fact, this time the Bane, with the Nightmare, being able to put the Fiend's Grip onto the Ember Spirit, bought so much time from the side of V.
Still quite slow. Let's see.
Silence Eclipse gets
Much
dropped,
drop.
but they still don't get anything from this, so TA2K going to be able to pick up the Aegis, and now, well, that's going to be the TP away from the Night Stalker. Lays gets himself out safe. TA2K just trying to run himself away from this, and again, it's going to be the Manta style, so he's going to be able to get himself out of the Searing Chains. Hayes steps forward, Astral Imprisonment. It was that Dream Call 26 seconds away. The Hammer, it was used just perfectly now as well. The Arrow won't connect. Looks like TA2K is going to be losing that Aegis, but can he turn and fight more? Because there's going to be all 5 heroes on the side of V up. Muka going to try his best to close the gap. Starstorm comes out. Lion going to be taking a lot of damage. Astral Imprisonment comes out once again. Science will be killed off. Hayes, can he get himself out of this? That Dream Call up in 7 seconds. It's going to be the Eul Scepter onto the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit, can he get himself away from this backline? Hayes once again. It's going to be Dream that makes a move onto the Puck, but the Puck with the phase shift going to be able to blink himself out. Keeping hold of that double damage rune now for a little bit longer. So you get an Aegis, but TA2K overall gets himself away. You lose the Lion, you lose the Monkey King in the setup for that fight. How well was that for HYDRA just to get the Aegis away from V?
It's alright. Aegis on TV doesn't do that much anyway, because there is only one meta.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a huge deal, but it's still quite nice, just taking that away quickly. And also showing that you can still fight as long as you take the proper ones.
Okay, well. Terrorblade, I'm not sure if he picked up the recipe after he went back to base to heal up, but he can split the Dragonlance now for full BKB if he wants to.
Yeah, I think that is a good option.
I mean, he's only about 200 gold away, so he might not need to, but just if he needs to, if he was putting the pressure again. That would
I feel
be
like he's just waiting, because having the Dragonlance is slightly more efficient.
Yeah.
So if a fight starts, he's gonna split it and get his BKB, and until then, just he's gonna enjoy the juicy 16 agility.
In fact, I think it's on the courier now, yeah, so one way or the other, that's going to be both the BKB and the Dragonlance. Science could be in a little bit of trouble. Is there a blink? There's not a blink for the Night Stalker. He's building towards it, but he's only about halfway. So Zayats just needs to move himself back as TA2K steps behind the tier 2 tower, looking to put pressure onto this tower with the creeps once these creeps from the dire side have gone. Lays TP's out because there's going to be a fight breaking out. Are they going to be able to make a move with the Fiend's Grip? Yeah, Ember Spirit doesn't have that Flame Guard for the next 6 seconds now as well. The Arrow connects. So does the Starstorm. So does pretty much everything from Hayes. Eul Scepter comes out to the Monkey King. Monkey King will be silenced by the Crippling Fear now as well. Trying to move himself out of this. But Lays has the damage with the rest of his team to get that kill. And HYDRA just... Again, they're just bleeding kills.
The gold lead isn't getting much bigger, but slowly HYDRA is running out of objectives to defend.
Oh, Lay's going to try for the TP. That Void though, the mini-stun on that cancels it. Crippling Fear, and the Lion will be slayed. And this is just, it's going to be a tier 2 tower as well. 300 health left on this tower with the creeps here now as well. V have taken some really good map control away from HYDRA. They're even going to be able to steal an outpost now as well. Oh, Blaze with the disconnect. Just a little bit of lag, so hopefully it won't be too long before he is back in. As I think we've had enough pauses for the day with the press kid. It's just struggling with that last series.
And Dream is going for a shot, which is interesting. Just having that in his quick buy kind of shows that they're anticipating some kind of high ground defense. And I don't really blame them. They just have Ember and PL with his Q to try and stop this, so not really the best lineup for defending high ground. It's not bad, it's just not great. After seeing things like Kunkas and Timbersaws and Tinker hold high ground for like 10 plus minutes.
Yeah, and how early do you think V are going to try and break that high ground? Do you think they wait for the next stages to come up?
Yep. They can take all of the tier 2s and the remaining tier 1. I wouldn't expect anything crazy to happen in terms of high ground pushing until we get either Aegis or a 5-man team fight wipe.
Yeah. I mean, you can see Blizzy, okay, he's going to TP out, but he is playing far away out of his base. You know, Dream's still playing pretty far up as well when he's getting these illusions out. So do you think that V just need to look to get that vision down for the gank, you know, or HYDRA, are they playing set? Because, I mean, the rest of the team, apart from when Blizzy pushes down that bottom lane, the rest of the team are close by. Do you think Dream's secure enough just to be going to his triangle and looking for farm?
For sure. I mean, he's gonna join the mid lane if his team goes for a fight.
Yeah. Well, they are grouping up. It's going to be a 4-man smoke here coming out from the side of HYDRA, but the Moonlight Shadow has been used. So let's see who can go on who. Anta's going to be revealed now as well. It's going to bounce strike with that slight fist. Do they have the damage? They're just going to be able to kill Antaha off. Yeah. If he wants to buy back, he has to buy back up again to get back in if a fight breaks out. But for now, I think he's going to be fine with that. He got killed off, sure, but the rest of the team got away. And really, what's the position 5 Bane when he's only got 3.1k net worth? In fact, they might even be able to pick up the line now as well. Astral Imprisonment comes out. Haze just dives himself away to the orb. So Zayat
Haze has haste.
Let's see. Blaze here. That's an 8-second BKB. So it's still a lot of time. The smoke's still going to be there. He's got the blink down. He's going to be able to go into Muka. Muka can get himself away from this. He looks like he's going to be able to treat on Blaze. Gets the kill on a kill streak now as well. Takes down the line now. Yule Scepter onto the Monkey King. Do they have the follow-up damage? Starstorm. Muka's going to try and slowly get himself away from this. Even uses the Mischief. Astral Imprisonment trying to save his life. Haze is going to be hanging around. Slight Fist comes out now as well, but he's going to be stunned up here. And the kill onto the Monkey King. Again, both supports just get punished on the side of HYDRA.
And Haze is having a fantastic game on this puck. He's been involved in 20 out of 22 kills for his team, and he hasn't died a single time. Of course, not dying a single time is less impressive when the enemy team has 6 kills, but still.
Yeah, but that means somebody gave up 2. And who was it? Who was it? It's Antaha, right? No.
Probably,
okay,
yeah.
Antaha is all 6 deaths on the side of V.
Fucking Antocha.
So he is playing the... No, that's good, right? Because it means that the rest of your team, as the Van Race sits on the ground, it means the rest of your team haven't been picked off. They're having a great game, and if it means giving 6 deaths up on a Bane, that's an easy trade.
It's still kind of sad, though.
Roche.
It's gonna be a butterfly now for TB. Phew.
They might even be able to find out the line. Again, this is not your side of the map. It looks like HYDRA were trying to go for a rotation to try and find someone in the jungle, and all they're going to find is death. Okay, and Antaha once again. But that's not the point. The buyback comes through from the line now as well. Zayat is going to be able to get himself back into the fight and change targets with the crippling fear. There's going to be 3-4 man stacked up. Where's that focus? So the Dream Call will be used now as well. The BKB comes out from the Ember Spirit. No one else is going to be so lucky. Finger of Death onto Haze. Haze is going to be able to get himself away from this fight. He's going to try and orb with the phase shift as TA2K is just absolutely cleaning up. Going to try and chase onto Asgold. Asgold doesn't have a run to jump to. Going to try for the TP now behind the trees. Do they have the damage to take him down? TA2K and his illusion. One right click away from securing that. But just a neat play because the arrow was going up where the Ember Spirit would have been walking up those stairs. So just to double back and TP behind the tree, break the vision and TP away. Yes, okay, you still lose the PL, you still lose pretty much everybody else, but nice play from the Ember Spirit.
Naive is completely untouchable right now, though. He has 5k more net worth than the PL, and he has a BKB, so magic damage doesn't bother him. He has a butterfly, so physical damage doesn't bother him, and he has an insane amount of damage. I'm not sure how he's ever gonna die this game.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen a Sunday yet to keep himself alive. I think he's just purely been surviving on the fact that, like you say, he's got so much built-in survivability, the Manta style as well, for that quick purge if he needs it.
He used one after the Roche, but that was like when he was half HP, so it was more of like a random heal than really some game-changing Sunder.
Lays, what's he got himself? The Blink Dagger, the BKB. Yeah, Kosei, we're going to go back for the Basher. Arrow, Yule Scepter, as well as 5 Urn Charges, a 4 Staff as well. And then that Lotus Orb. So even Mirana's having a decent time here. It's just poor Antaha, who's sitting right at the bottom of the net worth.
Feels bad, man.
But he's being kept company by Zayats. I guess Zayats has that blink compared to the Glimmer Cape here. You have Bane, so there's just some follow-up. Zayats, though, he's only got himself 1 finger of death charge kill charge. For I think we've seen 2 or 3 now as well. So he's just not been connected on the kills. Speaking about connected on the kills, Lays, big tacky boy. There's going to be a Sandy's Eclipse. Just pops his BKB. The Dark Ascension comes over with the Crippling Fear. Going to be able to turn this one around onto the Outworld Destroyer. Do they have the damage? Of course they have the damage. As the TPs from everybody else trying to get themselves away. The chase is on. No, the Void is going to stop Dream. And the one hero you wanted to get away. Doppelganger comes out. Dream is just couldn't run.
You don't really need a lot of anti-PL heroes when your puck is 1000 gold ahead of the PL.
Look at this, the chase is going to come through with the Crippling Fear now as well. It's going to be Asgold forced to pop that BKB once again. He doesn't have it now after using that round. Doesn't have another one to jump away to, so Hayes with the chase. No Dream Call for the next 47 seconds though. Do they have anything to lock him down? Lays is super fast just as the nighttime wears off. But the blink comes forward, the Crippling Fear going to be silenced up onto Asgold. If you have to follow up onto this, Asgold's going to have a remnant to jump to if he needs it. That's actually going to be Bane coming forward here, no Fiend's Grip. But the Nightmare comes out to Zayats. Arrow's going to connect now as well, just one jaunt forward, yeah. Winning Rift comes out and Hayes picks up another kill, 12-0 and 14.
You're so nice.
And while this is going on...
Starting to look quite difficult for HYDRA, truth be told. Looks like V may just have their number.
Yeah, and so what can HYDRA do? Because I mean this PL just keeps getting picked off, 3-3 and 1. He's not really picked up any early... Okay, he got a couple of early kills, but in the past couple of fights it's just not been going his way. What can he do here?
I mean, there isn't that much he can do. Like, this is the point where he is supposed to be quite strong when he gets that Diffuser Manta +1 item, but he's just so far at this point. He needs to kill the Bane first, obviously, and then hope that his team can maybe set something up for him.
Yeah.
But it may just be too late, because Naive, this is high ground time.
Yeah, we talked about this. Who got the shard as well?
Night Stalker?
Was it? Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, so the Hunter of the Night, being able to consume a creep, getting your health back, so that's just going to be even more sustained here on the side of V. And Night Stalker, that bash is not too far away if he wants to go for it. As TA just, he's going to be stepping up. He's got, like I say, the Satanic, the Aegis, the BKB, the Butterfly, the Manta Star, everything. There's a lot of utility, but it's just so much survivability, like you were talking about. So TA, with these illusions now, how can you start to clear these off?
I mean, counter illusions with illusions, apparently. Speaking about shards, I would have liked to see the shard maybe go to the Bane.
Yeah.
Because the AoE brain sap is great for clearing PL illusions.
Yeah, he could
Ooh,
still
Ascult.
get it out. Nightmare comes through onto the Ember Spirit. Does he want to follow up? Yeah, Arrow will connect now, so they could try and dive onto Ember. They have the Fiend's Grip available if they want to, but Anthar just backs himself away. The Glimmer Cape not available, so it looks like that was just a warning shot there for HYDRA.
Blizzy is behind. They can't really just jump on an Ember like that.
Yeah.
Must have been tempting though.
As Arrow, the nighttime is out. Dark Ascension could be used as well. Muka's just going to be jumping himself around the trees. The Crippling Fear comes up, so Muka was the follow-up. Was the Arrow anything to spot him out? It's going to be the Force Staff away to take these trees, so it's going to be the stunning. With that Starstorm, the Arrow connects and gets the kill there, Lays. Really well played, really well worked to get that on the Monkey King. So, you're in a dream coil.
With the coil.
That's going to be the real one now as well. The imprisonment does come out to try and save his life with the Crippling Fear. There's going to be the Fiend's Grip being committed onto the PL. Arrow will go now as well. TA2K. It's going to be dead PLs for 72 seconds. And HYDRA, they're just going to give up at least a lane of racks. In fact, with no tier 2s left, V, once you know this buyback isn't there, could potentially look for a second lane of racks if you wanted to. They're going to dive in deeper now. Try and go into Blizzy. Blizzy is going to be able to get himself away from this. The Arrow's not going to connect. Splits the wickets between the two heroes, but that's still going to be the kill onto the OD.
And just finish now if they want to, but GG's Cult.
Yeah, Ascol diving in for one last stand. He's going to be killed off anyway, and the GG comes out. HYDRA, as good as they looked, or as good as they look in the rest of the series, V look to have their number. 2-1 in the D2CL, and one game so far in this series. Is it that was there just a lot of pressure from V? Was there anything HYDRA could have done differently to try and get the victory? You know, what was the downfall here for HYDRA?
I think a big problem was that Blizzy with this Media Hammer on bottom lane couldn't really pressure Naive on his TB. Like, they got the Media Hammer and then they got some kills onto Antoja, but in return he died like once or twice, and that bought so much space for TB to just farm the jungle, and then they were never really able to invade properly because they just kept finding the Bane and everyone else just went their merry way on the map. So they need to make sure to like pierce that defensive buffer of the position 5 just walking around, and then maybe next game they're gonna have a better shot.
Okay, well guys, that is going to be game number 1 in the bag, but it is still a best of 3, so HYDRA have a shot at bringing it back in the second game. But V, looking to close this one out and assert the dominance over HYDRA for the second time in 2 days. We'll find out after the break which way it's going to go. We'll see you then.